Greetings, welcome back. It is winter, only 2 days left, and we'll have to see what we can finish up for this winter time. We've got a good progress on our food storage, thinking about these fence work that we need to do. I'd like to have those saplings protected from the deer. I mean, I know there were deer in this area before, and we know that they were probably be hungry, especially in the wintertime. Up and another hammer down. Well, we'll finish up the fencing a little bit. I'd like to have that protected though, because a hungry deer will definitely eat a sapling. Looks like traps are set. We'll get some good breakfast in us, and then we'll start thinking about our day, and it'd be great to have that food storage finished. We'll start to be able to carry our food over from season to season, rather than just having to eat on the fly every single time and catching our food and having to cook it fresh and not being able to store it. Probably shouldn't be leaving all my tools everywhere. This is starting to look a little rough. I've gotten so used to just doing all the work, I left a shovel just sitting somewhere, and at least not be in the pathway. Well, it is a beautiful winter morning. I hope you're doing well. It happens to be a beautiful winter morning here too, although beautiful is questionable at this point here. It's starting to become very cold in my area, so we're getting through winter with no snow and a lot of cold. I hope it's nicer by you. Get some tree work done here and finish up building the food storage. It's going to be really important for us to be able to store food over different seasons and not having it spoil so much. I hope you're doing well wherever you're at. And if you're able to, I hope you can relax where you are and we can have just this space together and just have a moment where things can be relaxed and we can find some peace in where we are. And with that, let's do some breathing. We'll do our big breath in. Remember, always filling all the way to the bottom of our abdomen, and then exhaling and letting all the tension out. Breathing in. Really filling in that abdomen and letting out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in one more time and out. We'll just let all those things fall away from us and just be here in this moment. Alright, we'll get all these extra sticks. Looks like we have plenty of sticks and definitely overloaded. Having the rule of not being able to move when overloaded, I'm trying to make sure I always catch those details, but every once in a while I'll miss it until I'm going like, oh wait, I see that I'm overloaded. I've enjoyed having that part of this aspect in there. It's really slowed me down, because otherwise I'll just overload my character and I'll make him walk at that slow pace, moving from one spot to another. And it has definitely been helpful having it not be so much of a like overload and hoard thing. Rather it's a, oh, hi Decent. Yeah, I get that this is your territory. Yep, we had a little bit of fun with that on the end of the last episode, where it definitely gave me a little bit of a, let's call it a love tap, and made sure I understood that this is their home. But we'll be talking about that in a bit. I'm looking forward to expanding into this area, adding some houses, nice little area in here, having them nestled within the forest. And you and I may need to talk about where we can build here and where we can share our space. We'll see how that debate goes. But I'm looking forward to putting some houses into here, making this look like a livable village, and gaining some of our villagers who start helping us to really make a difference here and make a better place for all of us, for whatever reasons we happen to have ended up here. So, thinking back to that, the rule, it is nice to have to slow down, and I do appreciate the fact that it is only going to be the end of year 1, and this is not how far I would normally have pushed to go. I would have tried to get as much done as possible in as short a time as possible and like really rushed through things. And that can be fun, and it can be rewarding, right? It can definitely be rewarding. Ooh, that Beeson is getting closer. I tell you, I think he's curious. Yeah, that or he or she has something to protect, and they want to make sure I understand where I should stand. Well, but I'm looking forward to it. I like the fact that we've slowed down, and I'm looking forward to seeing the village grow at a nice and slow pace. We live in a great area. We'll have a beautiful view, good room for fishing, decent fishing with perch in the area. I can always go off to the river and catch pike for sale, but we can have the perch here for the villagers. Something that'll be worthwhile is figuring out how we can preserve our food across seasons, because right now we get all this raw meat, and that's fine, but that stuff doesn't keep over seasonal changes. In the wintertime, sure, there are some things we could do to preserve it, but it's not the best food to preserve over seasonal changes, and we're going to need a way. 3 logs later. Oh, getting close. And I know somebody in the comments said, please don't fast forward these parts where you're just chopping, and so thanks for letting me know that. You got it. We're going to keep these sections here. I'll find things to talk about, and we'll keep it at a slow pace, right? That is the purpose, right? Is to have this at a nice, relaxed pace. And with today, our goal, we have to get to Lesnika's area and hunt the deer. They were talking about how the population of animals is overrunning the area. Too many deer, too many rabbits. I know when we settled here initially, when we first started here, there were a lot of deer in the area. And I should love to take care of some of them around here, but they did ask me to take care of the deer around the Lesnica area, so I should really consider doing that there and not just take deer out wherever I am. Oh yeah, the rotten apples and these cabbages, I haven't stored them properly, and we're going to rule that they haven't kept. The dried meat, we can argue, stays a little bit. That oat roll's been here forever. That meat, I don't remember. I think that was from yesterday, but that's kind of questionable anyway. We should probably get rid of that. And I gotta stop storing so darn much stuff in here. Oop, and again, overloaded. We'll just do a quick step and drop it outside. No reason why we can't just drop this right out here. Oh, there is a lot of stuff. It'll be very nice to have a place to actually store all these things. And to actually, oh, that's quite this stack of sticks. Now in a normal game, if I was trying to min-max things, I would need those sticks and get out of here, bird. And I would definitely need to, well, I would want to have a ton of sticks in our village inventory just because we need to make stone knives to level up skill fast. Okay, we gotta toss the meat in here too. I don't love the idea of doing that because I know putting meat in a compost bin can sometimes attract things you don't want. And I haven't seen wolves in our village's area before. But I'd also like not to see wolves in this area, so I don't want to get them attracted to it. We'll do it for now, and we'll have to keep our eye out. But I'm not a huge fan of putting that stuff out there in that bin. We may have to make a compost bin we put somewhere further away, and we'll check on it from a distance. Alright, with this, we'll finish up the fence here. We can't have these saplings get nibbled by deer while we're out and away. So, I'll finish up this fencing, and then let's head into the Lesnica area, and let's hunt. Should be the perfect season for hunting. The snow is going to make it so nothing can really hide, and the deer are going to stand out so well. Got enough arrows that we should be able to take a few down. The stone arrows will certainly inconvenience them, and we should be able to at least get... I would like to think that we can take out a few of them. It's going to all be about patience. I remember what Mother taught me. It's not the shot that counts. The first shot is the most important, but it's the patience that leads up to that first shot. You can't take the first shot if you're in a hurry. You can't take that first shot if you're busy thinking about how bad it's going to go or how great it's going to go. You just have to be in the moment, and you have to be there for that first shot. If I get it right, I could land an arrow in the deer's head and I can completely disorient it, or I can get one right in the shoulder blade and it won't be able to move as well. And we'll see what we can do. See how well I can remember her teachings. I never did pick up how to string a bow properly and how to make a bow properly from her. That is unfortunate. I would love to have paid a little more attention there now, hindsight. But I'm sure we can... Get out of here! Jeez, now they're crowding around my home. Birds are a problem. Maybe I should put out more bird traps. Well, we've got a good amount of fur. We'll have to figure out something to make with that. I would very much like to do that, but I think right now what we need to do, it's time to take a dip. It's time to take a dip. We're way too dirty. Let's get in there. We're gonna run out here. Oh, God, it's cold. I'm gonna run out of the river, or the lake. I run out of the lake, I jump in. It's gonna be great. So wake me up. This will be great before the hunt. We'll get ourselves revitalized. Oh, get a drink of this nice freezing cold water and get out of here as fast as possible.
There's a real nip
Oh,
in the air.
there's definitely a nip in the air. There's a nip in the water too. Ooh, maybe this wasn't the best idea. I'm freezing myself off. I'm freezing parts off here. Okay, get a fire going, and then we'll get our stuff on, and then let's warm ourselves up. I would like to have kept that wool fabric that I found. I probably should have kept that as a nice towel. Oh, fire is nice. That's definitely woke me up. I'll tell you what, that definitely woke me up. Okay, so, get ourselves ready to go, get a little breakfast. We'll head out for a hunt. Now, in my world, I did the polar bear plunge, and for those from the stateside, you probably know what the polar bear plunge is. It's where you decide to jump into freezing cold water in the wintertime. In some places, that's just kind of a thing that people do, and it's not out of the realm of things that people would do. But I ran into the water in Lake Michigan, which is quite cold. It was, I think, over 40, right? It was over 40 degrees, which is great. Air temperature was 38, and it was absolutely freezing cold. I loved it though, because it does feel really good to jump into the water, and it does wake you up. I definitely I let myself turn around and falling backwards, because I figure if I'm going to have any issues, I want my body to just naturally jerk forward and into that whole like rolled up in a ball position out of the water, so that it wasn't like an over your head jump in. It was just a fall into the water and then get back out. And oh man, when I hit the water, it took my breath away. It was something else. But it was a really fun experience, and my wife and I have done that before. It was fun to do it again. It is an experience, that's for sure. And here is Racemir doing that. And one piece of meat, huh? Well, I guess we'll just have our little bit of rabbit haunch and our little bit of eaten crow. Eaten crow, not in the other sense. And for our skills, or say that Master of Destruction is a skill we're going to take. We'll learn that from someone, so we're taking it now, but we can't access it and won't use it until we get our extractor. And since we've been doing so much chopping of trees and so much work, I think naturally he's been getting stronger. Racemir's getting stronger, so we can take Mule as he's getting stronger, and therefore we have that. We'll take Handyman because this is something that honestly he should know how to do because of working on a farm, working with Daub. But we'll say that the better technologies come only when I have a person with high skill in extraction. And we'll take Sewing Expert because this is fitting our storyline rather well with all of the things that have happened to him. And we'll say that his mother, not only a huntress, but also a skilled seamstress, at least in some senses. Not to the same level as obviously the person in the village would be, because her skill in hunting is the higher of the ones, and the skill in production would have been less, but not to say low. Alright, and then we'll do a little management here because it's going to be nice to have a lot of these things just kind of in the right places here. Now, as you might be noticing, the audio might seem a little different. I'm hoping that it's not too far off. I know it is different, as right now I'm recording this over watching when I played, and I've got the video playing while I talk through it. And I'm trying to remember all of the things I said during the episode, and that's of course hard to do because I try to do these things on the fly and just go with it. Go with the flow. Dude, you are a problem. You are out. There's enough with the crows. We have so many crows around here. Should build a scarecrow. You know, I never did ask Father how to make one. I kind of just assumed you figured it out. Probably just have to build one. I'm sure we can figure that one out. But I hope the audio is okay, and please do let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I do appreciate that. And here we get to go eating crow. But I do want to know if it sounds alright. I'm hoping that it works well, and obviously this was all stemmed from I needed to use some of my recording equipment at my school for an event, and when I unplugged everything, I of course plugged it back in and just assumed that the software would just go back to the default settings I had put it at. Unfortunately, for some reason, the mic was not on, and that I didn't notice because I just always assumed it was running because I haven't had to do that before. Anyway, my mistake, and I appreciate you tolerating my learning through this, and obviously I was frustrated, and I know I was definitely mad at the time, a little more frustrated than I thought I would be, and it was a good moment for me because I got to take and just be like, wait, there's no reason to be frustrated about this. This is a great opportunity for me to learn another skill as a streamer, to figure out, okay, well, let's say I did make a video, and let's say I tried to make a video where, like I've seen others make, where there's a lot of things going on and there's no way they're talking through it because it's just seamless, right? I need to figure out how to do those kind of recordings, and it's worth it. Alright, hunting this season has turned out to be perfect, because you can see these deer clear as day. In that first shot, there we are. Like she taught me, that first shot is always important. I probably should slow myself down a little bit on that one. No need to rush. But maybe we can get a couple of these. Nice. The shots these had, these deer should be disoriented. It may just be a stone arrow, but that ought to disorient them. They'll probably start running in strange circles and not leaving the area where they initially got hit. That's a little interesting. There's a wagon out here. Let's come back for that. Okay. Ooh, I see. That's moose. We are not going to try to hunt a moose now. There we are. There it is. Okay. Now we just need to keep ourselves around it. Try to keep track of where it went. And hopefully disoriented enough that, yes. Perfect. And that is that key thing. Now, let's see if I can get another shot on one of these. You have to get a number of these deer. It's going to be tricky. It's not worth it. It's always important. Take your time with the shot. Always that first shot that counts here. Because if I can get a good first shot, ooh, that looked like it was going to be right in the shoulder. And that was wide. That was not a good shot. Okay, we'll let that one go. I'll be able to track that one down. We'll check for blood in the area. I think I had a good shot in his shoulder, so it should be, I should be able to figure out where that one went. And now the tricky part too, of course, there we are. I saw a blood stain there. Do see some blood in the snow. Another good thing for the winter time. Obviously seeing that there it is. Yeah. Now let's get ourselves in a good spot. It seems disoriented and confused. That ought to do it. Well, I thought that ought to do it. It's gonna be tricky. It's moving rather fast. I don't think this shot's worth it, but definitely disoriented and confused. I should have taken a little more. Maybe I was hesitating too much. Alright. Well, we should be able to just follow this one. I think that one's bleeding pretty heavily. I don't think that one can go much further. And a stag. Oh, I saw you, buddy. There we are. That was a good hit. And that was not a good hit. That wasn't even close to a hit. Now I'm getting impatient with myself and I need to slow down. There it is. That was not exactly the one I was actually aiming for, but it's good. Now, that stag. I'll be coming back for you. That would be a fine trophy to have. I think Mother would be proud of that one. Would look great on the wall. I wonder, I mean, that's cart's a long ways away from the roadway. That almost seems like that one was an accident. I mean, if it was by the side of the road still, I can see that it would be maybe somebody was causing trouble here, but that looks like that cart went over the edge and fell. But then again, why? Some more rotten apples. That's a nice hat. Huh. That's, I mean, what's it? Oh, a sickle? Somebody was coming here to do farming in the mountain areas? Oh, there's a nice arrow. We'll say that when I found the arrow that it was just barely embedded in the bark and just at the tip, not all the way through like that, because there's just no way we were going to pull that arrow out of a tree stump like that. Tree trunk, sorry, like that. Okay, now I do know I still had that other deer that I had hit that was disoriented, and I hear something, but I don't see where they went. There's that stag. I will be coming back for you. Oh, you will be mine. Not the time right now, though, that's for sure. Oh, some eagles in the area. That'll probably put down your rabbit population, depending. If they're nice and young, they should be taking down some of the younger rabbits. We'll have to make sure we let the eagles continue to fly in this area. Now, where's that stag again? He is going to be always present in my view, isn't he? Foxes in the area too. I'm not going to hunt the foxes though. They're lucky from our parts, and I know Mother said that they can be convenient because they take down varmints that we don't want in the area. Now they can be a problem if I ever get chickens in my region. If I ever decide to have a farm with animals, then we can be in a little more trouble, and we might have to be a little more mindful of them. But for now, they're a distance away. I don't have any chickens to worry about. And there should probably be attacking a number of those rabbits. Maybe that'll help out with the people of Lesnica as well. Now, unfortunately, not being able to turn on inspect mode, because that's another one of the rule sets that I wanted to have here, makes it so I am not going to be able to just pick up... Oh, there's bunnies. I'm not going to be able to pick up my arrows quite as easily. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, they did mention that bunnies were a problem, so let's go for that. Oh. Okay. That, I thought, had it, but I was... Oh. Alright. I think Mother would be laughing at me now, and probably rightly so. That was way too impatient. If I think I'm going to catch any of these with an arrow, then I need to be way more patient, and I need to be cautious. I need to take my steps, get myself in a good place. It's a small animal, so I really need to make sure I can get that shot lined up. Oh, I thought I had it that time. I thought I had him. This clay pit's going to be a big deal. I'm looking forward to this. I'm also feeling that I'm very lucky in the sense that I heard something. Huh. I thought I heard a rabbit scream. Okay, well, nothing. Gotcha. No, apparently not. Just keep getting our... Okay, I will get you yet, little bunster. You will be an appetizer. Ah, what the... Oh. Okay. Oh, that... Oh, you, sir. Alright, bunny. That's it. Chase it down and throw my axe at it. Okay. Alright, I need to calm down. I mean, at this point, I'm just shooting wildly. I think she'd be... That's it. Okay, well, let's just hope she's not watching right now. How about that? Still got it, though. A lot of arrows to go with. That was definitely not my finest work. Oh well, the rabbit's down. And I thought I heard that... Okay, that is definitely the sound of a wolf. Somewhere behind me. I thought I heard it back there. Okay. We should just be able to... Okay. If it's over there, probably saw my rabbit that I took down. You know, if it's busy with those rabbits, though, this could be my opportunity. I don't need wolves in this area, and I certainly... There they are. There's a couple. Okay. 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 This is my chance. There it is. And it is going for the rabbits. Well, it's distracted by the bunnies. Yeah, this is why I got those bronze arrows. Well, it's distracted by those bunnies. See if I can line up a good shot. I can get a good shot on it. We can take this wolf out. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. No, that's too close. That's too close. We gotta dance around this. We gotta move. There. Take that. Oh. Oh. Well, that's another good way to get the heart racing. You know, jumping in the lake in the morning and then getting chased down by a wolf. I think that's a great way to get the heart going in the day. And there, sure enough, it was definitely attacking the bunnies. Now, I need to listen a bit here. I haven't heard any other calls, and I haven't seen any other wolves come in the area. See if I can skin this rabbit real quick. There's another bunny over there. If there was another wolf around here, I would have expected it to be going for that. Okay, well, just take this bunny and we'll head on our way out. Now, you know, done a wolf with an axe here. It's not going to sound quite as impressive when I start thinking about the fact that that wolf was clearly a lone wolf and probably separated from his pack and probably desperate and disoriented, and after that shot with the arrow, it was definitely put in a rough spot. So, well, you know, hey, it's still a wolf. And you know what? Whew. It was intense. Okay, well, we've taken down one wolf, darn it. Hey, and that's that deer. Is it the one? No matter. And that was a decent shot. A little close to the gut. Looks like it's stuck and it dug deep, so that's good. These stone arrows aren't much to speak of, but they are still something. I mean, if I can take down that wolf, I should surely be able to take down this doe. Now, this little ravine here, this little washed away area here, they must get a lot of runoff during the spring. It's formed a nice little channel there, a little waterway route. There we go, another eagle. Good. We could use more in this area. You know, I don't see that doe. I also don't want to go too far over here. I don't want to end up finding the pack that that wolf was separated from and then end up in a rough spot. One wolf alone is something to deal with, but a pack of wolves is certainly going to eat me alive. I don't see that deer, and I don't see any hint of it. I don't see any blood on the snow. I don't hear anything. Wait, was it that it? Yes. That's gotta be it. Okay. The first shot that counts. Yeah, it's gonna be the first shot and it's gonna count. Oh, okay. It's okay. Moving in a spot, I'll have to just get myself a better vantage point on this, a better angle. Huh, using the trees. Although the trees are my blessing too, because it can't see me now. We'll see. About... Okay. Looks like it's taking a stop. There's another deer back there further, but this is what I'm focused on. Gotta focus where I am. First shot count. There we are. Perfect. Right in the back of the head. That ought to keep it thinking. Well, or not thinking, as the case may be. There are a lot of deer here. I'm not sure if that shot did well. I kind of just fired it. It was impatience. Impatience as always. Ooh, I don't need to get a stag to gore me on this trip. Oh, it's getting too excited and trying to get these wild shots off. I have to be careful. I'm not going to have a lot of arrows left at this rate. These hunting excursions are going to turn into me making an expense for myself. I really do need someone to help supply. Oh, I didn't put the arrows in the quiver, and it helps to put the arrow in your hand. Helps to be ready. Down by the river, that's a good place for you to be. Nice, easy to see, clear for me to get. That was a satisfying shot. I'm not sure what lives across this river, so let's take care of this quick. Need to invite disaster on ourselves, do we? This is a pretty area, though. Oh, perfect. It just didn't seem to notice me. Another one right to the side of the head. I tell you what, I'm getting really good at these shots. Get a quick drink of water. I'm guessing with the headache that thing has that it's not going to be getting too far away from me. Oh. Bad timing. Man, there we are, right there. That's got it. Now, if only I had better arrows. I think I could make a lot of these deers fall in one shot. Probably a better bow as well. Someday I'll be able to afford a bow like Mother's. She always loved the recurve. She told me that she could pull a shot. She could have an arrow in her hand and fired by the time that deer put its head up. Oh, badgers in the area. Well, I'm just glad this isn't our farmland. Certainly don't need those entirely way too angry footrests to be coming near me. Okay, another deer down. Alright, well, let's get this one harvested. It's getting late. We'll have to be mindful as well. I don't need the wolves to be coming out and to be taking advantage of the conditions as well, because these lighting conditions and these winter days are great for them. Easy for them to find prey, and they're good at what they do. And I certainly wouldn't stand a chance. I did against one of them, but against two of them, I don't think so. There's my last deer. Starting to get a little hard to see. I would thank the full moon for giving me a good light source here today. This forest is going to definitely make it harder. And there's my stag. I'll be back for you. I'll be back for you. That's for sure. Where did it go? There we are. Thought I saw something in the distance. Oh, man, that was a close call. Alright, it's calling. They're definitely scared. Oh, right in the foot. I swear I got it right in the foot. Well, hoof anyway. Alright. It can't run too much farther, can it? It's taken so many hits. There is no way this thing is going to get too much farther. Alright. Somewhere in here. Somewhere in here anyway. Somewhere. Did it get down the riverway? I hear something. There it is. Yep. Okay. Now. Thought it was going to keep going that way. Getting harder and harder to see here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to take too many more shots. Now, I thought that was a good one, but we'll have to see. And did I hear one over here? I thought I did. I saw something back there, but that I thought was the stag. It's been bleeding for a while. If I just walk a bit, I might be able to actually find it. But with this light, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to... There it is. I think I see something. Sure enough, there it is. Oh, well thank you, kind fox. Thanks for marking the area. More like looking into my kill and seeing if it's available. Well, with all this leather and with all this meat, all this venison is going to be great. I'll bring this to the village, I'll cook it up, and I'll bring it back with me. Should be able to make a little bit of money. This should be a good bag, too. I can't just pass up this opportunity. One arrow left. 2 arrows left. I have to do it. This is my chance. It's the first shot that counts. Get ourselves a better vantage. See what we can do. Right. Line it up. Perfect. Right in head. That's going to make it disoriented, confused, and should give us the opportunity to take it down. Now, I would like to have had some more power on this bow. These arrows just hitting it and bouncing off of its skull are not doing me any favors. Oh, and there's my other doe. Interesting. Well, thank you for leading me here, my stag. Someone is watching over me on this hunt. I wonder. Oh, now we have too much stuff. I'll have to craft a couple of these. Now, it's not going to be... I'm going to say it's not fair to just craft these things. Lower my weight capacity, because, I mean, who's making leather bags while they're sitting out in the middle of a cold winter's night while hunting? I'll stop here, and what we're gonna do is we'll craft those at home. And so for now, I don't need to keep these sticks, and this hammer is kind of a junk at this point. Let's go for that, and we still do have... we could use a couple broadleaf to patch up the... We didn't actually get hit by the wolf, and these apples are rotten anyway, so we'll leave them. So that should be... That'll keep us at our capacity. Now, to figure out where our stag went. Mother... of course. He is watching over me. Probably laughing about a few things, but she wouldn't want me to miss this opportunity. And the stag is weak. You know what? This is the chance. Alright, the stag is weak, it can't run. There we go. You are going to be my trophy. Now, there's no way I can carry this back. He's a heavy one. The big one. We'll come back for that tomorrow morning. Or we'll come back tomorrow morning to find out that the wolves were in this area. I should hope that we come back tomorrow morning to find my trophy unspoiled. I think that that lone wolf was disoriented, passed out, or who knows, maybe diseased. But I don't think that that wolf was healthy. There's no way that there's no way that I, as a mere mortal and as a mere learning hunter, was going to take out that wolf so easily without it being injured or having something wrong with it. Not to say that I didn't take out a wolf, I'll surely tell that I did. And this beautiful night, I'm lucky with this beautiful night. What a gorgeous evening. Full moon to guide us on our way. And I'm looking forward to seeing these nice starlit skies with a village, a walkway that I would be running down and seeing the businesses of our town. And this, the farming area, where it all started, the town center and the farms. I can't wait to see that here. And I can't wait to see perhaps someone with me here. I would really love to see our close friend who helped carry us home and stitch us up. I would love to see her here in this village with us. She is a joy to talk to, that's for sure. Of course there's a crow in the trap. There's always crow here. Maybe I can call this Crow's Nest, Crow's Peak, Crow's Valley. We'll have to name our village at some point. Well, for now, I'd like to wash my gear, but it's time to rest. Good night. Oh, man. Another day. Man, another day upright. It's a day to get moving and get things done. Should check the trap. Might as well clear our crow out. Put another one up because we will have more crow. That's for sure. Might as well check the other trap too while I'm at it. See, the eagles are in the distance. Good. There's plenty of rabbits here. They can have them. And I'm sure the bunnies are... I'm sure we'll still see plenty of bunnies in our next season. I'm not worried about them. They're doing just fine. Get some stones and we can build that bird trap. And today, you know, we gotta go tell the people of Lesnica. I gotta go check in with them. Get out of here. I gotta go tell the people of Lesnica that I finished up the quest for them. I have gotten their, definitely taken care of the extra deer. We had a nice long hunt and I have a lot of leather, so I should probably craft up those things. And you know what'll be even better? Venison breakfast. The only thing that could be better is venison and eggs. Oh, can't wait. See, now I do have to figure out a way to get some chickens here, and we will have to start thinking about how to... I'll have to get a solid fence up. I don't need the foxes to come into the area and take my chickens out. Oh my goodness, venison and eggs. Oh, I can taste it now. Alright, well, we need a home for these things. I think for now we'll store our trophies here. There's nothing decorating this area right now. And obviously it does look like a stag, so for now we'll come back after harvesting the stag and then we'll say that that deer skull is from that. And of course I do have 2 of them, so in the future when we catch another stag we'll put the other one up, but it's kind of funny. Time for the morning dip. I mean, come on. We can't not hit ourselves in the water in the wintertime. We have to celebrate. It's worth it. It's just, I mean, this is a great way to feel alive, revitalize. Probably not the smartest choice in the world. Oh, so cold. Oh. You know, and it's like everything in your body just freezes and the air just flies out of you and goes into the winter air and just, it won't come back. Oh, time to get to the house. It just takes the wind right out of you. We'll get back inside of our stick home, which is already drafty enough, but hey, there's a fire. All good. Ooh. Alright, and then obviously, we dry it off and go. Alright, now it's time to enjoy the venison. You know, that copper sickle, I'll tell you what, I'll go to the village and I'll ask them. Let's ask them I'll ask him if somebody was coming to the area to farm. Did they know of somebody who was traveling, and do they still need it back? I mean, needing it back. Speaking of which, my friend from Danica who needs his bow back, I'll be sure to get him his bow back. After it's had a great opportunity to bite into some quarry, then I can return it to him. The bow's probably got a better workout with me anyway. Who forgets to tear down their camp, or decides to leave their camp in a hurry, forgets their bow, and then makes their new guy go find it? Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I'll be sure he gets his bow back. That's just fine. Now, these bags should sell pretty well. I'll make sure to, oh, I need to check with, oh, gee, what's her name? She's the miner. I'll have to ask her. She mentioned that there was a gentleman who was traveling in the area who she thought was from a village, and she said he talked about, she talked about him working in a saw pit and being a carpenter. I'm gonna need to find him. He would be a great addition to this village. Of course, I'll need to add some houses, of course, and can't just ask him to live here with me. I certainly don't know him, and I don't want to invite somebody into my home I barely even know, even if he has the skills that can add to our village. It's nice to have that winter hat. I tell you what, that was a very important purchase. My ears are grateful. And here it is for me, in my world, and a nice time for coffee, so I needed to take a quick drink of coffee and just relax into it. These times in the morning for me, it is nice comfy robe time and warm coffee time. That's the way to start a day for me. Robe life, y'all. I'm definitely about the robe life. Ever since finding this thing, this is like it's definitely the comfort. Feels great, and it's nice to have. And I hope you have something that gives you comfort that you're sitting with right now, and it's worth just taking a moment and appreciating that thing and just, being grateful that we have that simple thing. Like for me, I'm just grateful that I found this robe, and it's so comfortable, and I love it. And it's nice, right? It's something I can look forward to every day. Now, let's check on our stag. Still here, and I see no tracks in the area from anything else. I couldn't have asked for better. Well, then maybe we can do for these people is I'll go roast up some of this venison. I remember Mom telling me a trick of making a very kind of improvised spit that can roast up venison out on the field rather well. I remember her taking me onto the trips in the woods and just listening to the sounds. I don't remember I would want to talk, and I would be asking her so many questions, and she'd just hold up a hand, and then she'd motion to something nearby, and it would instantly stop me from talking, and it was like she opened my ears every time she did that. And then she'd point to something, and sure enough, I didn't notice there's an owl in a tree nearby that I'd never even known was there. And here it is, the day, and it's resting and keeping an eye on us and knowing what we're up to. I would never have known it was there. And just the sounds that you hear all around you is beautiful, and it's a calming place. Of course, then we'd watch and we'd be mindful of the other sounds we're waiting on, and as soon as we heard something coming in the area that we knew we needed to be aware of, well, then we'd get ourselves ready to go. We'd get our bows pulled and ready, arrows in hands, and get ourselves set. Now, I happen to have ended up right-handed, but I know Mother was left-handed. And it was convenient for the two of us, since the two of us could stand on either side of a tree, and each of us had a convenient shot. And we weren't getting in each other's way, or having to move to a different tree, or having to have too much of our body standing out so that critters could have seen us. Alright, it does smell good. I think they'll appreciate it. Now, we'll say that we put out the fire with the water, or with just sand and dirt from the waterway. So we'll say we put that fire out, because I know I dropped my hammer back in the woods over there. Oh, goodness, I think I forgot that I left a doe in the woods. Oh no, in my initial playthrough. Yeah, I think I did. Oops. I think I forgot that. Oh well. Well, I think we did leave one in the woods, and y'all will know. You'll be keeping track too. Okay, let's get in here now. There she is. Hey, Najwala. Hey, so you were telling me that there was a gentleman. What was his name? Okay. And is he still here? You don't think so? You should. Yeah. Okay, I'll check. But thank you. Hope the leather bags do you good. Do you well. Theobald. All right, my friend. I've taken out a lot of the deer in the area, and I hope that works out well for everyone. It's been quite a bit of work. It turns out there are a lot of deer here. You are absolutely right. Have you seen anybody who was coming into the area and planning on starting a small farm? I know it's a weird question. Oh, sorry, I meant to say I was selling to you. No? Of course. And, okay. Well, I ended up finding this hat and the copper sickle. I don't know. I'll hold on to it. If you find anybody who's asking for it, just let me know, okay? I live in the village up over the hill. You'll see me again. Race Amir, of course. Yeah. And now we need to get a few more arrows. I think we'll try to save ourselves a little bit of money. And we'll get some more of the copper arrows. And I do think we need a number of stone arrows. We've done okay with them. And I do need to make sure that I can take out some of these I don't want to be caught without arrows. Alright, let's go check with a huntress here. I should like to ask her some questions. Maybe she's seen that gentleman. Hey, Gazela, could you, now, there was a gentleman, I found this hat and the sickle. Have you heard of anybody traveling through who was talking about starting a farm in the area? Okay, okay, you didn't either. Well, tell you what, do you want this hat? Your husband would love it? Perfect. Then please, by all means, have it. It's not going to serve me well. I don't need to have it. And if you find somebody's asking for it, let me know and I'll gladly pay the coins for it and make sure they get on their way. So I do have a question for you though. I remember my mother was a huntress as well. Now she had taught me how to dry meat and she had taught me about salting. And I need to be honest with you, I was perhaps too young and brash at the time to listen. Would you show me? Okay. So building a rack is key. Space between them, thin slices. Time and drying. Wintertime is good for that, of course. Okay, well, let me get in mind of this and a view of it all. Look this over and then I'll make my own. Thank you. And I'll do my best to take your skills into practice. Thank you. It's good to have good people in the area. Alright. Let's see here. Well, we should head out. Wait. No. Wait. Now, I didn't find the farmer, but I should really think about asking about the gentleman. Let's see if he's here still. The Najwala didn't seem to think he was here. These gentlemen, no. She said he was a younger man. These guys, no. And you guys, not carpenters from. Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, we'll head out. He must have traveled then. I wonder if he went to the village with my my savior. Huh? My wonderful lady who saved my life. You know, it is winter time, and I haven't really taken the time to throw a snowball yet, and that seems rather silly. Let's see if I can peg this thing. Yeah. Not the best shot. Tell you what. It's time to make some snowballs. Why not take some time in the winter time to make snowballs? Let's see if I can give those rabbits what for. Maybe I can peg one with a snowball, see what it does. I suppose that's not very fair. It's not like it can throw a snowball back. Though, should probably find something larger to throw a snowball at. Something larger with 2 legs that can fight back. And then we can have a snowball fight. That would be fun. Do you remember having snowball fights with the family? See if I can take my fire down. There it is. Alright, one direct hit will knock over the fire that I set up and the sticks I set up. Well, we still need to check in with Unigast and see what things are at. something stands out to me. Mother was a wild spirit in her own right. Her version of wildness was wanting to wander the woods and taking chances with hunting and with traveling into the field, into seeing new areas and exploring. Lordan was all about traveling and exploring in a different kind of wilderness, the urban wilderness, and it's something that I've never understood or seen. They both had that wild spirit about them. It makes me wonder about Grandma and Grandpa. I would love to know the stories that they've chosen not to share with us youngsters because they don't want to encourage us to get into trouble. I wonder just what tales they would tell if they knew what I was doing now and if they knew how much I've done so far. I'm sure they'd ask me to be cautious. I'm sure that they would be mindful of that. Alright, sure. Let's see if I can take out the pigeon. Okay, well, at least I scared him away. Ah, pigeons. Alright, now I didn't hear any wolves in the area. I do very much think that that wolf was in trouble. I mean, how else was it that I was able to jump aside of the thing? I mean, obviously, I feel like I have some fast footwork. Yeah. But I don't want to get too full of myself. Otherwise, I'll end up with a few bites, and I'll be less full of myself, that's for sure. Last time I got too overconfident, Hey, buddy. Wait a minute. Now, hold on. I know who told me they'd like to make a snowman. And that's her making that. She made it without me. Probably was impatient waiting. I think she needs a good snowball. I'll throw a snowball. We'll see if I can get her with a snowball. She won't even see me coming. And then, whop! So, what I imagine here is that if you're willing to have in your own imagination there, we'll say that a snowball fight happened between me and the girl that we've been flirting with, and that she surprised me walking into the village, pegs me, and then we have a snowball fight back and forth. And then this is us walking over to the fire, and then relaxing here. Stoswala. Good to see you, beautiful, nice throw. I think my jaw's set back into place now. I appreciate you waking me up, although I would say the jump in the lake did a good job. And I appreciate it being the only thing that gives me the cold. And it's wonderful to be here with you. And oh, yeah, good to see me still whole. Yeah, of course, yeah. It's good to be whole. It's always good to see you. And then let's sit here together and just enjoy the time. I don't know how you feel so warm in just that dress. Well, and we'll sit here for a while, enjoy the fire. Well, there would be a fire if it was a little later. It's always good to see you, milady, who has the incredibly good arm and the strange ability to throw snowballs with wicked accuracy. Oh, yeah, I'll work on it. We'll see if I can see straight next time. Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, my friend needs his bow back, doesn't he? You know what? Hold on. No, I still have to get some boar before the end of the season. I think if I'm going to roast some meat, if I'm going to dry some meat, I'd like to have some boar meat on hand. And I'd like to have some venison dried on hand too. Okay, let's go get a boar, then we can return this bow to him. It's in fine shape. I mean, it's in better shape than it would have been with him leaving it in his camp, that's for sure, so we can get this back to him as it is. Alright, let's see here. Where's our boar? And I think we can take him down with stone arrow. Oh, I think I've done a good job of lining these shots up. Let's see what we can do here. And without them getting the drop on me, I'll get the drop on them. And now we should be fine. Doesn't even know where I am. Perfect. Okay, that's the key with boar. Once they see you, they're relentless. But if they don't spot me, it'll take a little while for their beady eyes to figure out where I am. Perfect. This one has no clue. Cover. Gotcha, buddy. Oh, that one actually caught wind of me. Good. It was rooting around for something in there. Oh, you see that? There goes the arrow. I'm gonna get this one back, that's for sure. Haha, nice. No. I'm not interested in hunting moose right now, but thank you. I'll come back for you later. we need to get ourselves set, and we need to get ourselves our boar back home. Oh, and also this bow back to our friend here. I bet you he doesn't even remember what condition it was in. That also means I have to get myself a bow. You know, this one's worked pretty well, and it's not bad. Certainly don't enjoy it, and it doesn't pack the power of the longbow. And it certainly doesn't have the speed of the recurve, but that's going to be an expensive proposition. Now, my lady friend, she mentioned that she has some skill. Well, I told her about spearfishing the perch, and she laughed at me and said, what kind of, she asked how I like to make my spears, and when she saw that I didn't know what I was talking about, oh, did she laugh. Because I told her I was just taking these logs and I was filing them down and making a wooden spear. Oh, and she laughed even louder. Yeah, then I come to find that fishing spear when I was out walking, and I think I understand why she laughed at me. I think maybe she'll be able to help us out with a little bit of that. Oop, man, I don't want to step on their work. Also, I don't really want to step on the, they're fertilizing now, so I don't think I want to step on that. Hey, buddy. Hey, I happened to find a bow in a camp that was never torn down. Oh. Well, oh yeah, it helps to unequip it. It doesn't count as a bow you can give away until you unequip it. Hey, here's your new bow. It was a lot of hard work to craft that one, friend. Oh, it is your missing bow, actually? You can tell by the marks on. Oh, I see. You put a. I see. You etched your letter of your name in it. That's very clever. Did that help you remember where it was? That would be my question for you. Well, I gotta give him a hard time. I mean, come on. Well, wintertime is a great time for hunting, and this has turned into a great set of days so far. A lot of excitement with the wolves. And, well, the wolf, and a lot of excitement with the stag. I'm happy and I'm proud to have gotten that. I think Mother would be proud as well. And that, right here, all of this area here, it's going to be filled in with a glorious village. And look at this. This is a nice little place. I think there's a lot of potential here. Now I'm going to need to build some houses. I'm not going to be able to take on any more people in this area if I don't have houses. And I gotta build that scarecrow. These things are a serious nuisance. They're all over the place. Now the traps look like they've been sprung, of course, but it's time to focus on getting the building done. And I think, you know, Gazella showed me the drying rack and reminded me, well, let's say taught, it's fair. Taught me some techniques on drying. I'm sure I'll remember some tips from Mother as well, but let's see here. Let's put a hunting shack here. It'd be nice to have all of these things in one location. Then I can knock it out. Yeah, that's right, Stump. I'm coming for you. And it'd be good to have everything, all the food producing things in one area so that we can keep things fresh. And as we do work on things, we can transfer it to where it keeps the best. And then I kind of envisioned that this would look more like a storehouse that was built a little into the ground, like with a root cellar, things like that. And we're going to chop down some more trees, and at the end of the day here, it'll be really necessary to clean out the clothes. I can only imagine the smell of the clothes that we've been wearing over the wintertime with all of the running and the hard work that's been going into things. It's going to be important to wash these things. Alright, and oop, overloaded again. Alrighty, let's get that hammer made. Nothing like putting a solid piece of wood on top of a stick and banging in nails into place. Alright, let's drop the snowballs and then we'll move on. It was a good snowball fight. I would really love to have her here with me. I wonder if she'd be willing to do that. I wonder if she'd be willing to live with a confused ragdoll like me. Uh-oh, carrying too much again. You know, I think I should probably get her something nice if I think that she should be ours. If we can be together. Maybe I can find something nice for her. It would be nice to spend the time with her. I think these winter days would feel warmer. I think the spring days would feel sunnier, and the summer days warmer, and the fall days more beautiful. We'll see what she says. But it's worth it. She will be the most important quarry that I can track. And look at this hunting lodge up. I think she'll appreciate the fact that I'm making things, I'm being self-sufficient, and we could have a good village together. Maybe she could be the queen of my lands. How's that? I think she'll rather appreciate that. I'll have to start thinking about where we're going to actually place homes here. Still feel very lucky finding this axe by the side of the road. I would love to know who left it. I would be very curious to find out who did too. Oh, I'm carrying too much again. Oh, and I'm carrying silly stuff too, as a matter of fact, so that needs to be done away with. So we should go put some stuff away. But I'm getting focused on just building the building, and that's a thing that happens, is wanting to just focus on the task at hand. So that's one of those things I gotta work on in my playthroughs, or this playthrough anyway, is to remember to go put away the stuff as soon as you get back. My mind tends to get focused on just the one thing and ignores all the rest in the background. And carrying too much again. We'll come back for that. Plenty of logs out here. Now it's going to be handy to start thinking about how to use this natural beauty here to build up this village and to make it look rather nice and cozy, right? I want this to feel like a cozy village. A nice little place that feels homey, nice to live in, feels like you just walk around in and just be a part of. And we'll build up all of these walls. It's going to take a lot of stick, but why not? We have plenty of sticks and we have plenty of straw as well. It might be nice to store some things for a bit as I'm thinking about it. And that copper sickle, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better find. I mean, it's going to be rye harvesting come spring, and I could use a better tool. Those stone sickles, they do not last. They are absolutely not that good at all. We'll get the straw here so we can finish up the roof, and we need a few more sticks to get the walls set. These wattle walls are something. I should really love to improve them over time. And when we get into next season, I think Unigast will be asking me for things. He did say that I am, as much as I want to build here, I am still responsible for the taxes. Ever the pickpocket still. But I suppose now it's in a more official sense. I wonder how that all came to be. I'll be curious to hear that particular story. I've never worried about the taxes. I mean, mother and father have always taken care of that. I remember watching the tax man come, and I remember how their faces would change when they mentioned that it was time. And I remember them talking and arguing at times. And we did have a fairly kind tax collector for a few years. I remember him being a decent man. He seemed to be fair about things just based on his word choice. He was never unkind in his words, and he was never overly demanding. He simply told us what we owed and was on his way. And then, of course, we had our new one. What was his name? Well, it's not worth remembering, and he doesn't deserve to be remembered. But he would come by, and there would always be another thing that he would find. He'd say, "Oh, I noticed that you put up a hunting lodge in the forest not far from here. The King's Forest, if you will. And I believe perhaps you have something more you owe us for that." And before, our other person said, "No, it's fine. You had built that. That was built by your grandparents years ago. And it is your land. You had purchased that fairly and freely at the one point, and we were, at one point, I believe they talked about us being landowners at one point, and then things changed. And then the idea of our land ownership became a bit of a question as to who really owned it. Makes me wonder about why the soldiers were coming to us. A farm far from the inner part of the town. It does make me wonder. It didn't make sense at the time. I mean, we were so far out. I guess if you're desperate and you need food, but why would you burn the fields if you need food? And yeah, of course, I'm sure they tore into our stockpile before they left. doesn't really add up. Because they burned the fields. They made a point to burn those fields. They made it an absolute point to burn them. And they could have just let them go. It would be just as bad. Actually, it would have been worse. Then we would have had a greater risk of disease. But they burned it, so it would cure away things. Almost like... almost like they were freshening it for someone else. Ooh, there's decent. Okay, so just quietly drag this log out of here. I'm sure it can't hear us. And then we'll continue harvesting here away from them. I certainly don't want to anger I don't want to anger the Vicent. It already gave me that nudge in the back, which is thanks for that, by the way. I think you actually corrected my back, so we'll hope for that to be a peaceful interaction between us and that Vicent over time. And with this, we can finish our hunting lodge. Now I do need to get myself starting on the drying. I need to start cutting the meat, and I need to start getting that little rack built here so I can... There we are. Okay, now, that's it. We'll start drying the meat, and then, boy, this is going to do a lot for us. Now, this will allow us to actually harvest meat and allow it to keep over a seasonal change. And that's going to be a big deal, because keeping raw meat over seasonal change, I'm not going to allow in my rule set. Ooh, we need to get a drink of water for sure. And we're going to say that now this is us getting into the water, and we're washing our clothes because it's been a long winter. And obviously we've been running around a lot, and it probably needs a good cleaning. And then we'll say that we go back after that. Oop, I'm getting the sequence wrong. I should be going into there and then going into the buildings. But we'll go get the meat. And then, overloaded, because that's a ridiculous amount of meat. And I'm also carrying extra stuff that I should probably put away. Okay. With that, we'll leave our logs outside here, because we don't need to carry these anymore, obviously. And we're not building anything with the rest of the season here. Now with this, it's going to be us drying meat. And now this is going to take a while. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say that we make this meat. I'm not going to let this go until the timer runs out and goes beyond. I'm not going to do any of those. It's kind of like an exploit you can do where you just craft a thing into the seasonal change and it won't change seasons, and you can make as much stuff as you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make a good collection of this, and then I'll stop. And at this point in the video, I was at a point where I needed to stop before heading into my work. So we'll let this build a bit, and I'll say I am grateful for you being a part of these videos. And I want to mention that when I get done with this video and I get it posted, we get it up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an extended full season, the entire season, all collected with just breaks between episodes, so you can watch it all in one setting. Thank you for being a part of this. I'm grateful for you joining me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care. Until next time.